There are many things that I love. One of them is music, and one of them is video games. In my opinion, in order for a game to be good, it has to have a little bit of everything. Whether that's good graphics, good gameplay, or a good story, one of the most important things in a game is to have good music. I really appreciate music as a whole, especially in video games, and half of what I listen to on a daily basis is indeed video game music. So with all of that in mind, I thought it'd be a really good idea to share my favorite soundtracks in video games. And just a side note, I just want to say that this list was very hard to make because there are so many good games out there with very good music, and it was very hard to narrow it down. So if your video game doesn't make it on this list, it's either because I'm crazy and I'm sorry, or it's just because you have bad taste in video games. But seriously, with all that being said, let's just get started. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a list of 10 of them, ranging from my least favorite to most favorite. I didn't mention that. Also, you know what? This is a top 10. I didn't know why I didn't. This is a top 10 list. I should have said that way earlier. I don't know how to do this. Let's go. I'm going to get this one out of the way quickly. Super Mario 64. It has good songs. For everyone who watches my videos, thank you 27 people. I really appreciate it. You may know that I love Super Mario 64. It's my favorite game of all time, and one of the reasons is simply because of the music. The music in this game isn't very complicated, but that's the reason why I love it so much. Everything from Peach's castle to the iconic Bob-omb battlefield or even Big Boo's haunt all give different varieties of what the level is about and what you're going to encounter within that level. And don't get me started about the song they played during the credits, because that is the best song in this game. It gives a sort of relaxation feeling and assures the player that the big adventure is over, and it gives a very good farewell. There aren't that many tracks in this game, but that's really not a problem. This is because every song in the game is always a pleasure to listen to. Well, maybe not the merry-go-round song. That kinda gets annoying very quickly. Yoshi's Island for the Nintendo DS. Now before you start commenting, hear me out for a sec. Yoshi's Island DS is one of my favorite DS games. The music in this game is very good as well. It does a very good job of giving off a vibe of a major story about to take place. It starts off when Baby Mario and Baby Luigi are dropped from the sky, and what kind of music do you associate with babies? The song from the music box will forever stay in my memory. It's a very peaceful and very beautiful song that defines what Yoshi Island is all about. It's basically saying, hey, this isn't a Mario game, this is a Yoshi game. And not only that, but the title screen music is also done so well. When you first see the title, you see the logo, you see the island, and you see the ocean. The only thing you hear are the sounds of birds and wildlife surrounding this mysterious island that you're about to explore. But what happens after a few moments? An acoustic guitar starts to play, and the soft music lets itself be heard. This game's soundtrack is just so good. Think about it. I've only talked about 2 of the tracks in this game and we haven't even started playing it. And trust me, the in-game music is as good as the intro and title music. Call of Duty Black Ops. I have a very fond history with Call of Duty, and the music in the game doesn't disappoint. I was going to put Modern Warfare 3, but there was just one track in particular that made me choose Black Ops over MW3. Nothing in the Call of Duty franchise is more iconic than the zombie menu music. Whenever I hear this song, I know that I'm in for a wild ride. And it's not just the music in the zombies, but it's also in the campaign. Alongside all the music that's very action oriented, there's a song in particular that will always trigger my memory of playing the mission Crash Site. This isn't really an original song, but the inclusion of the song Symphony for the Devil by the Rolling Stones fits very well with this particular part of the mission. The developers could have easily put another super actiony song here, but they decided to make a small twist, and it pays off well. They also did this with the mission SOG when you're in Vietnam. Fortunate Son begins to play as you speak with Woods, and this moment will forever be treasured in my memory. Buttons, boxes, traps, and potatoes. If this doesn't remind you of Portal, then I don't know what does. Portal is a very, very good game, but the shine of the series really came out when the second installment of the franchise, Portal 2. Any video game that includes puzzles is always a joy to me. and Portal is no exception. The Portal 2 soundtrack is a very different kind of soundtrack, but I love it. When it comes to video game music, I have a very soft spot for orchestrated pieces of music that sound grand and epic, but Portal doesn't really have that, but I love it still. Instead of orchestrated pieces that AAA games strive for, Portal likes to go in a different direction with robotic and digitalized sounds. Sometimes I like to go back to Portal 2 just to listen to the songs it plays while you complete a puzzle, while flying through the air, while you make your way through the dark hallways, or while your only companion in the game decides to betray you and smashes you down a hole with your enemy who isn't really an enemy anymore because you don't really trust her because she's a potato. Both of the Portal games also have original songs that are sung by GLaDOS, and oh boy, they really hit you. I don't really want to spoil it, so if you haven't played the Portal series, go play it. You'll see what I'm talking about, and trust me, it's a very good treat. BioShock Infinite. This game is about a man and a girl, and the man has to take the girl back to the thing to pay the debt. That is a very simple explanation. It's a lot more complex than that. But anyway, the music in BioShock Infinite has a very different take when it comes to the BioShock series. While the first game was very creepy and dark, BioShock Infinite is the total opposite. The beautifully detailed world of Columbia is incomplete without some good music. Because this game was inspired by the 1900s, there's no doubt that most of the music will include classic string sounds and piano pieces. This is even done well in combat, or even while simply talking to Elizabeth. But my favorite has to be the song that plays when you encounter Rosalind and Robert for the first time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be Tails this time. There's no doubt about it. Let's go, Tails! Oh well. Sucks to suck. Like I said in my Super Smash Bros. Brawl video, I've always loved the music in the series. Every Smash Bros. Game comes with an amazing theme, but nothing beats the main theme of Super Smash Bros. Melee. The song is comprised of very different emotions with very different percussion and string instruments. Nintendo themselves know this, and it's very easy to tell that they purposely composed the music in a way that fits every action-oriented settings, especially in the newer titles. For example, let's listen to the original piece of Gourmet Race. And now let's listen to the same song reprised for Melee. You can tell that the composers put their heart and soul into this song, and it definitely shows. They remade a song for Kirby. Kirby, a game about a cute little pink ball, and made it work into Smash Bros. Again, this is just one example, but despite the newer titles also having amazing pieces of orchestrated songs, for me, Melee did it the best, and it's very hard to top it. I really like adventure games, and nothing says adventure like the Elder Scrolls. More specifically, I'm talking about Skyrim. I'm never going to forget the first time I started up Skyrim on my computer and listening to the main theme. After hearing this, I knew that I was in for a treat. But in this game, it was not just the main theme. The soft music while walking out in the cold alone during a snowy night, or the relaxing acoustic guitar you hear when you enter a tavern. As much as I love the main theme, these songs always had a special place in my heart. It reminded me that on top of all the battles I went through, I was also still just an adventurer in need of a rest. And trust me, for a person who has arachnophobia, this kind of music is exactly what you need after you encounter countless numbers of giant spiders. Or you could just mod the game to turn the spiders all into Spider-Man. Actually, don't do that. That's way creepier than the original spiders. Kingdom Hearts is one of the very best games I've ever experienced. It has a wonderful story and very pestering gameplay. Oh my freaking god, dude. No! But nonetheless, overall, I really like the series. And of course, the music. Oh, the music. I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 2. The first Kingdom Hearts had an amazing soundtrack, but the second one blows it out of the park. As soon as you get to the menu, you hear the iconic Dearly Beloved from the first game, but this time it just sounds more sorrowful. Everything from Afternoon Streets and Wall to the Dam are all welcome in a game like Kingdom Hearts. Along its original pieces, Kingdom Hearts also includes fully redone pieces from Disney. It's sort of like Smash Bros, where you get original songs along with reprises. For example, Smash Bros has its main theme with songs from Mario and Zelda. Kingdom Hearts has its original songs from Disney and Final Fantasy, along with original pieces of course. I don't know why, but whenever a single game has music from a variety of different franchises, I always seem to fall in love with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to interrupt this video, and I want you to just close your eyes. Yes, I'm being serious right now. Close your eyes while watching this. Just close them. Just close them. Now all I want you to do is just listen. Listen closely. Can you hear it? Now wasn't that beautiful? The Legend of Zelda series has always had a very good reputation for having great music. Ocarina of Time is no exception. I mean seriously, the entire game explains how important music really is in the game. But it's not just the ocarina that plays nice tunes. The music has always been a big part of this game. Most of the music in the game includes an ocarina as the main melodies for most of the songs, and you can even play them yourself if you want. But like I said, I love music that makes you feel relaxed. Nothing beats relaxation than listening to the song from Kakariko Village, or just hanging out with Malon in Lon Lon Ranch. Some of them, for example, when you're inside the Great Deku Tree, are really cool, but others, such as the Shadow Temple, they're mostly all the games in the series have amazing soundtracks, but Ocarina of Time just does it so well. Anyway, Ocarina of Time, it's fun, it's charming, go play it and appreciate it. Part of me wishes that this list can go on forever. There are so many games out there that have beautiful pieces of music that I didn't even mention. Like I said in the beginning, this list was very hard to make, but one game that I played will always have the best soundtrack in my opinion for a very long time. So ask yourself, what could be better than the ominous sounds of Skyrim or the blood-pumping action of Smash Bros? When Super Mario Galaxy came out, I thought it looked beautiful. Being a weirdo, I actually played the second game first. However, after playing both titles, I can say that I actually enjoyed the first game in terms of gameplay and the lore. For those of you who don't say Nintendo games don't have good stories, this right here, this will make you cry. I don't care how old you are, this will make you cry. But the second game had amazing pieces of music. Both of the games had amazing orchestrated sounds, but the music in the second game was just so beautiful. The final battle with Bowser, Bowser Jr.'s fort, the Sky Garden, and everything else was just so good. I can't believe Nintendo focused so much on the music in this game, and it astonishes me how much thought went into the music. For example, let's listen to the Starship Mario theme. Sounds pretty good for a hub, right? After progressing through the game, the music starts to alter a little, and it adds more instruments as your adventure progresses. Did you catch it? Let's listen to both of them again. It's the little things like this that make Super Mario Galaxy so great. Things like this have always been done in other Mario games, but Super Mario Galaxy's soundtrack is just so original and great that I always come back to listen to it even after years of playing the game. And with that being said, my list is now complete. I want to thank you guys for making it all the way to the end, and if I didn't mention a game or if I missed one you think should have been on the list, I want you to leave a comment down below. But those are just my personal favorites, and I'm sure a lot of you guys may have your own opinions, so let me know about them. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna go continue playing this ocarina, and have a lovely day.